Hi everyone, welcome to this exclusive slice of Game Time for your Go 90 app here in our Atlanta studio. The Czar, Mike Fratello, Stu Jackson, I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us. Guys, we're talking about an NBA anomaly. The San Antonio Spurs, who were 40-1 on their home floor last year, are 4-4 at home this year. But they're the third team in NBA history to win their first 11 games on the road. So looking at the schedule, when will they lose on the road?
Their best chance for losing is next Thursday night on TNT against the Chicago Bulls. They're facing a team in the Bulls that rank in the top 10 both offensively and defensively in the league right now. And I don't see anyone before that can really challenge them, because it's obvious to me they're really focused, the basketball team on the road. Coach,
Minnesota at home is, look, Minnesota overall is struggling this year at 5-13. When you look at the game before that, Milwaukee just 6-4 at home, decent, and they're playing very well. So they catch them, they're so athletic, that could be a problem, I think, of the first one at Milwaukee. But when you get to Chicago, think about this. Chicago's played 11 games away already and only 5. Tonight will be their 6th home game. So they're trying to get comfortable and familiar with their own building.
Yeah.
They could go in there and knock Chicago off, too.
Of course, the wild card is Greg Popovich could choose to sit half his team any of those nights, and we can't predict that. But explain to me, if you can, the difference between the road-home splits for this team right now. It's bizarre.
yeah, it's a difficult one to explain, but you have to break it down separately. And oftentimes, Coach, teams sometimes fall into that malaise of feeling like when they're home, their home crowd will carry them through. The history of the Spurs and the fact that they've won so much over so many years that it's just going to happen. You may lose a little bit of focus defensively in your own building, and the Spurs are not a great defensive team right now. So you have all those factors. Throw in the fact that we're now entering the holidays, and there's even more room for concern as players become distracted with their personal lives. And it's a little bit of a concern. But, but at the end of the day, all that's just talk. You got to get back in transition and guard your guy.
Yeah, this is an interesting team because, as you mentioned earlier, we're not going to know how many nights Popovich is going to sit Pau Gasol to have him fresh down the stretch, Tony Parker to have him fresh. I mean, thank goodness they've got Patty Mills, who's come in and played great for them so far off the bench. But that's the biggest concern. And, with Pop, it's probably not all that bad that they got off to this kind of start, because it gives him something to be angry about.
Yes.
All right, if they started out 11-0 at home, then what's he going to be upset about?
You know what? We're all talking about it, and I feel like somehow this was his master plan all along. I don't know how that works, but I feel like that's probably the case with him. And there you have it, a little bit of Game Time for your Go 90 app.